gentles and ladiesmen. Ah, fuck. God damn it. Messed up the intro.
We're
Fuck.
keeping it. We're keeping it. It was so loud.
Piece of shit. Garbage.
Not even 30 seconds in.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 9 of Independent Reading Time. I think it's 9. I
Are
hope
we
to
on
God
episode
I'm
9?
right. I think.
I think.
Fuck.
John's about to have a seizure if he's not right. I'm checking. Chill out.
God, oh fuck, oh god, oh fuck.
Oh god, oh fuck, oh god, oh fuck.
We're gonna lose ratings. We're gonna lose fucking money for this.
We're not making money from this. We are on episode 9. You were right. We were right.
Ooh. Okay.
Were you scared I was gonna like beat you if you were wrong? Maybe I'll show up at
Kenzie,
your work and just beat you to death.
Kenzie likes to attack me if I do something she doesn't like.
I don't, because we haven't seen each other in months.
I have bruises.
No, you don't. We haven't seen each other in months.
It hurts to move.
John, you've been out of the state for 4 days, too. Is it because of the Cajun shrimp?
No, that just hurt my throat a little bit.
Why don't you talk about what you did in New Orleans? Because I don't even really know what you did in New Orleans, besides, like, the Jazz Museum and threatening to eat so much Cajun shrimp that your throat closes up.
Well, that that came a little later in vacation. That one. So I went to New Orleans on Thursday, and I just got back. Well, they didn't know when I was.
Oh, right, true. I guess.
Yeah,
fine. Whore. All right, go.
Where I was so rudely interrupted.
Bitch. John's crying because he's a piss baby. Continue.
For reals. I went to New Orleans on Thursday and I came home today. And it was simultaneously really fun and also kind of scary. And it was fun, but I hated it.
Why did you hate it?
12 out of 10. It was terrible.
12 out of 10. It was terrible.
Well, the fun parts are really fun. We went to this to the Jazz Museum. They've got like fucking a bunch of cool shit there. They've got like Louis Armstrong's trumpet. They got Fats Domino's piano that he played. And
I know Louis Armstrong, but I don't recognize the other.
They're
name.
like really
I know,
really
they're like
really famous
big jazz players.
And his name's Louis, but I forgot his last name. There was like he had like this whole section dedicated to him. This dude was insane, man. He did so much, dude. He's like an MVP kind of guy. This dude was like he was on the map. He, for those of you that see the original Disney Jungle Book, like the 2D one, he was King Louis, and he actually like wrote the song that he sung, and like wrote all the music for it and everything.
Oh, cool.
And,
oh yeah, you're telling me about that.
Yeah, and that soundtrack, the Jungle Book soundtrack won, like it won a record. Like it was like a gold-plated record with like the Disney logo, and I think it was for like
cool.
like 100. It was like 100,000 soundtrack
yeah,
sales.
yeah.
I
it's
think
the like gold platinum award stuff that they do for
I mean, but this guy did so much freaking more than that. This dude, I saw a Grammy. This dude had a Grammy, which I think is like it's like an Oscar, but for not movies, like everything other than movies, I think. And he actually won the first. What happened?
My dad was talking to me, and I don't know if it picked it up. Anyways.
No, it didn't. You're right.
Okay.
He won a Grammy, and it was the first Grammy like made and handed out to like a music performance. Like he won this like legit like real gold. It's like it's like a statue of a record. It's like real fucking gold, and it was like the first one ever made for music. And he
Oh.
got the first one, and it's fucking like on display at this museum with like Louis Armstrong's trumpet and like all these famous jazz musicians, just like with all their shit on display
Huh.
that they like donated.
Huh.
It was really freaking cool, and like I didn't even know like half of the people in there. Like I didn't even know who that Louis guy was until fucking I was in there, and I was like, whoa, this guy knew what he was doing. There was a fucking picture. This dude had a picture with him and Elvis just like hanging out at a bar,
Just vibing.
hanging up in the museum. Yeah, they were just like dicking around. Him and Elvis Presley, just like getting a drink. It was so cool.
I mean, yeah.
He knew a bunch of famous. He got his fucking ticket to the Playboy Mansion was on display in this museum.
Jesus.
This dude, man, he made it big. It was crazy, absolutely crazy.
Bonkers.
He lived a pretty good life,
I
I'd
mean,
say.
yeah.
Made a couple million from one movie. Then met Elvis Presley that one time and made several other billions of dollars by just singing and playing music for all the bars in New Orleans and shit.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'd be game for that. You know what? Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I'm game for that. That sounds pretty fun.
How fun.
So the Jazz Museum was cool. The whole. Okay, so like all of New Orleans is big, right? It's like a lot bigger than I thought. Because like at the hotel that we were at, there's like right ahead of us from the front entrance, there's like 10 or 12 like like city tall buildings.
Mhm.
And I thought, oh, this place it's really all that big. It's just kind of like a little like hub world kind of.
Yeah.
But no, it branches off. There's like so there's like the two main streets that I remember. It's Bourbon Street, which is like the one that everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's where all the t-shirts get made, where all the fancy, cool restaurants and old places are. And I'm trying to remember the other one. I just had it off the top of my head. I'm not sure. I forget what it's called, but it was pretty cool. I mean, all the streets were cool because it's like most of the like old buildings and architecture, like they're all preserved.
Oh
So-
yeah. Kind of
so
like how Buford
it's
is,
like-
where it's like all the buildings
Yeah.
have just been transformed into like holding stuff, like
Well,
Luther's.
no, yeah, kind of, but
Yeah.
they well, no. What's really cool about it is it's like a mix between old shit and new shit.
Oh.
Like on the same street that there's like on the same street that there's railroad trolleys that you can take for like train tickets and shit. Trolley tickets is the same street that has a like 3-story hotel with an indoor elevator filled to the brim with nothing but like Louis Vuitton and Gucci stores in the mall.
Oh my god.
And no, dude, like this mall, it was fucking boring for me considering it was just a bunch of clothing that nobody in my family
Yeah.
could even think about affording. So everything, dude. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever seen a price tag with $1,000 written on it for an article of clothing until yesterday.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that either.
No, they're there, and what's really funny is that like a lot of this, like half of one of these stores that I was in,
Mhm.
they were doing like a 70% off sale. And I was like, oh, okay, well that's not bad. I was like 70% is a lot. That's pretty good. And then I looked at the price tag on one of these items and still realized that it was about $450 and decided,
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't think. Maybe it's not such a good deal after all.
And here I'm sitting thinking like $20 is a lot for a shirt.
$20 is, dude. All right. So I think that shit is such a waste. Like,
I mean, kind of. I understand the point behind it because it is kind of like just a
it's a status
class.
symbol,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was about to say.
You-
Class
you-
symbol or
you-
status symbol. I was about to say class symbol for some reason. But yeah, it is a status symbol, like, very much. Also, just some of the clothes that they produce are kind of ugly, not gonna lie. Like, they're not the greatest. I was at my eye doctor at one point, and I saw Gucci glasses, and I'm like, these are, like, they're prescription eyeglasses, and I'm like, why? They look horrid. Like, they absolutely look horrid, and I did not appreciate it.
There was a sweater on display. It looked like an ugly Christmas sweater, like legitimately awful, and it
Why?
was like half a grand.
Your mic just muted out. John. There you go.
It.
Yeah, you muted out for a little
There
bit.
we go.
It's okay.
There we go. Weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's all the mall was. It was just a bunch of clothing
Yeah.
stores that were worth like $50,000 each.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see
Yeah.
how much people waste their money and the garbage that they wasted on. Very cool to see. There was this fucking like they had like this little miscellaneous section. There was this, I want to say it's a jewelry box, considering it's made out of like this pink quartz, but it's got a handle. So I don't know if it's just like a really heavy purse or if it's a jewelry box. Because okay, so it's like a box, right? It's in the shape of like just a standard box.
Yeah.
There's a drawer that you pull open, but there's also a handle that you can carry it with.
It might be like a makeup case.
But it also looks like it weighs like 70 pounds, considering it's made out of pure quartz, like pink quartz crystal. So
it's probably a makeup case.
Yeah, it was also $1,000.
Well,
so.
Yeah, if it's made out of pure, like, real rose quartz, then yeah, that's reasonable. But it's probably synthetic rose quartz.
Yeah, I mean, considering a pair of shoes was like $1,000 in one of these stores, I don't think it's real. Considering I've got gemstones that I'm staring at right now that are probably worth more than that thing, but do not sell for nearly as much. I think the most expensive gemstone that I have, I bought here where we live for my grandma bought it for me. I think it was like $150.
Yeah.
I think, and it's really pretty. It's really pretty. I think it has rose quartz in it, like right in the middle, and it's got like these green sparkly bits on it that I don't know what they are, but I think it's cool.
Cool.
But shit, that thing I'd buy over the fucking pink jewelry box.
No.
Like even if I was a girl and I had a need for it, like if I had to choose between the two, I'd go with my fucking neat ass crystal.
I mean, yeah, like that's. I mean, I understand the kind of point behind it because it does look cool. I'm pretty sure it would look cool on like if you're doing like an aesthetic color corner. Like, have you ever seen those where they do like an aesthetic wall of like one color?
Yeah.
Like, I'd understand if it fit, but you know, it's a lot of money for a solid rose quartz box.
I mean, it did look cool though. That's the thing. Like, out of all the stuff in there, I was like, you know, if I was rich and also a chick, I'd probably consider buying this.
I'd buy it if I wasn't a chick. That would be cool. I'm sorry, that's cool as shit. Anyways.
Well, I mean, if I was like stupid, dummy, or rich and didn't have anything to spend my money on, then I mean, yeah, what else am I gonna do? But considering considering I'm not that, I decided, nah. Maybe I'll come back. Maybe I'll come back in a couple of years and see if I can afford it then. Who knows?
Oh God.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry, I was thinking and then Nah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. What else did we do?
Let's talk about the Cajun shrimp thing.
So there was this really cool restaurant that we went to. It's called the Oceana Grill and Bar.
Oh.
And like on their website, they've got like this huge ass list of a bunch of famous people that were there. Shaq's been to this place. Fucking like famous rappers. Steve Wilkos went to this place, which I was really surprised about. I love Steve Wilkos. Best show on television, baby. But like a shit ton of famous people go to this place, and everyone says, dude, you guys gotta eat at Oceana. It's like the talk of the town. That's where everybody goes. and it is pretty cool. It's got like 3 floors of seats, and it's got
Ooh.
an outdoor area.
I mean, yeah, if it's being that big talked about, they'd have to have more space. Otherwise, it'd have to be reservation only.
Well, even then,
It's
like,
a long
dude,
wait.
it wasn't a long wait. There was a line. There was like a hefty line out front, and when we walked up, we were like, ah, shit. Do we really gotta sit through this? The line wasn't bad, mainly because we were at a family of 4,
Yeah.
and I think their rule, because of the this whole Corona shit, which I'm gonna talk about that later, how we should not have come during this time,
Yeah.
but that's later. Um, anyway, so the waiter lady she was saying, oh, you guys are a family of 4,
Yeah.
you can come in. Because like everybody else was just like groups of 2, and all those tables were taken up, and they can't sit like 2 people at a table of
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh well, you guys have at least 4 people, so you can come sit at one of the bigger tables that haven't been taken up yet. So like
Yeah.
we skipped most of the line, which was nice.
Yeah.
The food, it was good. It was good. Well, no, like it was like I'm not even just like memeing on the fucking Cajun shrimp, but it was good. It wasn't what I expected. Like I expected to sit down, get my plate handed to me, and it's like this best fucking thing I've ever eaten in my entire life.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was good.
It's
it was
memorable,
fried
but
shrimp.
it's not like you're gonna be like, oh my god, I need to have this again, kind of deal.
No, I mean I'm gonna remember like the atmosphere of the place more than the actual food I ate. But I mean that's probably because I just got fried shrimp, and there's not really much else you could do with fried shrimp other than add spice to it, which is what they did.
Yeah.
And that fried shrimp kicks my ass because I'm a pussy white boy who can't handle spicy foods.
Mm.
But it was good. The fries kicked ass. I actually liked the fries more than the shrimp, honestly.
Huh.
They were really good.
Hi, Zuko.
And
Okay.
yeah, so that was fun. There was this really good drink that they made my mom, and I had a sip of. It's called a swamp tea. It tastes like it kind of tastes like orange juice or like Arizona sweet tea, like with honey and lemon in it.
Oh, the blue one or the white one? Arizona sweet tea.
Blue
Or
one?
the ginseng tea, because I have the blue one. The blue one.
It
is good. Yellow.
What?
The blue one's good to me, but the actual sweet tea's kind of bad because it's too much lemon for me in it.
Well, it just tasted like honey tea to me, pretty much.
Then yeah, you're talking about the blue one.
But it was like honey tea with vodka in it, and it was surprisingly good. Still, it was like, oh, this is actually tasty. That's a shocker. I hate the taste of vodka. That shit's god awful. But no, it was good, and did that. That was fun, and I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this part. Well, fuck it. It was in a completely different state, and I'm fairly certain it was legal where I was at.
The weed van?
The fucking... Alright, so strap in, boys. Here we go.
Oh,
No
you
shit.
never told
like
me if you got anything from the weed van.
I did. So the first day that we prepared everything to walk out into the streets, left our hotel room, the first thing I saw immediately was this van, and I was like, and it was at a distance, and I was like, oh, what's this? So I get a little closer, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? What is this? It's called Weed World. Like they have a company. It's called Weed World, and it's got a picture of Shaggy and Scooby stoned off their ass on the front of the van, and I was like, wait a second, that's not. No, there's no way, right?
Apparently it was.
Dude, I saw like 3 vans.
Three of them?
In the span of,
were they the same company, or were they all like different?
No, it was the same company.
Oh,
there were
okay,
like three vans patrolling around in like the same day. I saw 3 of them. And I was like, these are. Well, I mean, everyone is high. Everyone's high down there because like you can't take like 20 steps without some dude smelling a weed on the streets.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I did get some. Kind of disappointed because they didn't do shit. It was my first time doing edibles, and they were gummies. They were like fruit snack gummies.
Mhm.
Um, I had two, and my mom had two,
Mhm.
and they apparently they worked really well for her, but I didn't really feel anything. It kind of just like mellowed me out a bit. I wasn't like I was not nearly as high as I thought I was gonna get,
Yeah.
considering how I've done it before, where it's like, oh, dude, I can't pass, bro. Now it's just like, I'm kind of just tired now, and I want to go to bed.
I
It
mean,
sucked
yeah.
because I was like, I was waiting in anticipation because it takes like half an hour for those to kick in.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I was like, oh no,
I'm just tired.
And I mean, the lady told me, she was like, just take one of these. One of these is all you're gonna need. And I'm like, okay. So I take one, and didn't really do anything. No, I'm gonna take
You're
another one.
really cutting out, or you're really quiet.
Am I?
Yeah, there you
Am
go.
I?
Better.
Yep. There we go. Okay. So I took one. I took one, didn't do anything for me. So I took another one, and still didn't really do much for me. I was
Yeah.
disappointed, but it was cool to try at least.
I mean, yeah.
So that's the weed ban. Alright, so we talked about the Jazz Museum, weed ban,
How you shouldn't have gone.
how I shouldn't have gone to what?
You said we would get to how you shouldn't have gone during the coronavirus thing, and then proceeded to go anyway.
Yeah, okay, well, it's not because of, like, the actual virus
Yeah.
and shit, because, I'm not really worried about that. Like, yeah, it was annoying having to wear masks in literally every store that you went into, which is, like, every 15 seconds you're in another building, so it's like, gotta throw on your mask, and then immediately take it off when you leave, and then put it right back on when you walk into another store. It was annoying as hell, but that's not what bugged me. What bugged me is that a lot of these buildings were closed. Like, a lot of the cool places were all closed. Like, the fancy bars,
Yeah.
and, like, the old neat shops. They're fucking closed off due to COVID, and it's like, well, I mean, there's no fun in that.
Yeah.
So what's the deal? And, like, a lot of these places are usually, like, super duper, like, fun and crazy when, COVID's not around. And we went to another restaurant the other day, and there's this like really nice waiter who you could tell her and her like 3 people crew were bored out of their minds because usually the restaurant that we were in usually gets business like nuts.
Yeah.
Like they have a stage for performers. They've got a bunch of seats. They had an award. They were on. I forgot the name of the show, but it's like Kitchen Nightmares, but for bars instead, where they like redo bars and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And it was cool. And this poor waitress lady talking to a family of 4 because she's bored out of her mind and there's no customers. She's like, yeah, I mean, if this COVID thing wasn't going around, this place would be popping. Dude, you could pay $6. Like, you gave them $6 for them to spin you in a chair, feed you like 3 shots of fireballs, and smack you across the face. And
Why?
everyone, because fuck it, it's New Orleans, fuck you, right? And like everyone went nuts over it, and like she showed us videos, and that place got packed before all this COVID stuff was going around. So that place was really. It sounds like it was a really fun time. But when we went in, we were like there was like us and like 3 other people just eating, and this poor waitress lady had nobody else to talk to, so she kind of just like hovered around and was talking to us the whole time. Which I mean, it was fine. She was chill and a nice lady.
Well.
Kind of cute though. But I mean, you could tell that's like, I haven't had customers in so long, dude. I'm so bored. And like she was like, well, it's new.
Dumb. I hate to interrupt you, but either your phone is moving or something. No, it's not that. It's like your phone moving across the bed or something. And it's making like a clicking noise.
Oh shit, that's probably my controller. Oops, I'm playing Skullgirls. We'll talk about that today too. So
I'm gonna go
I
like
forgot where I
kind of
was
quiet for a minute. You were talking
Okay.
about how I don't know, something.
Yeah, I'll just pick up on a random point. The waiter lady was really nice, really fun. She was sweet too. But again, and so many of these like really cool places that I was looking at that I wanted to go in, they're all closed off. The Hustler magazine, which is like the rival to Playboy, like the fucking main, like the creator of Hustler magazine had a bar in New Orleans. Like there was a sign for it and everything, but of course it was closed off, so we couldn't even go in and see it. And there were like tons of places, several strip clubs, all of which were closed, which also disappointed by, for obvious reasons. But I mean, there was still a lot of stuff to do, and a lot of places were open, and it was really fun. I had a good time, but I feel like if we were to come back in like a year or so when all this stuff is blown over, it's going to be a lot better, a lot funner. Because there's going to be tons more people. There's not going to be like capacity limits. No one's going to be scared of wearing face masks and everything. It's just like we're going to party our asses off, and it's going to be great.
Yeah.
It was still fun though. It was still really fun, and I kind of wanted to stay a little bit longer. So that's how you know it was a good place to go, because I really enjoyed it.
Fun.
Yeah. So really fun. Highly recommend it. Go see it. Very historic. Pretty cool. I like the architecture. There's a lot of cool street performers. There was this dude who he takes like lid cans. He cuts off lid cans, and he like sticks them to the bottom of his shoes, and like he does like fucking tap dances and beats and shit. And like he was really cool. He was only like 17 or something. And there's this other like this dude. This kid had to have been like 10 or 11. He's just sitting on the streets with some drumsticks, beating on a barrel, and he had like a little hat next to him, for some change. It was adorable.
Yeah.
There was a lot of cool street performers, a lot of weird people. There was this one like incredibly obviously gay psychic who was like, "Come get a reading. You should totally come get a reading. I'll make it a discount for the kids." And I was like, "Listen, even if I wanted to do that, it would probably not be with you, my guy." He just had like this creepy vibe. I guess it's a good segue into the couple negative things about New Orleans, because there's a couple negative things. One, hang on one second.
Your thing is still moving.
Morty.
Your phone
I just
is
moved
still
it now.
making that sound.
What does it sound like?
Like fabric rubbing together. Or your phone moving against the bed sheet. I can still hear it.
It's not moving, though.
It sounds like it is. Who knows? Whatever.
That's not gonna fuck up the recording. Anyway, so there were more homeless people that I've seen in the past 4 days in my entire life. Easily. Homeless people everywhere.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were like, well, I mean, obviously a lot of them are strange, but there were two in particular. Both we saw like yesterday. The first one, this dude, he had like 3 like medical bracelets on his wrist. So like, like one of those said like prone to falling, and he had like 2 other med bracelets on. So he wasn't like all too doing well in the head. And so he like just walks up to my mom, who's like smoking a cigarette, and he's like, "Hey, do you got a cigarette?" And my mom was like, "The only one I've got left is this one that I'm holding." And this dude just like yoink takes it right out of her hand, says thanks, and just like keeps walking. like past. He makes it like 10 feet, and then he just kind of like lays down on the concrete. So he was kind of funky. And my personal favorite was this dude who was having a legitimate like argument with a trash can as we were walking back to the hotel, and like it looked like he was about to punch the trash can. Like he was legit pissed. It was interesting, very interesting. Glad we didn't get like assaulted by anybody. That's a plus. But and this is actually pretty serious.
Mhm.
So this was uh this was Saturday, I think.
Mhm.
This was Saturday night. We're like we're like 15 feet away from the hotel,
Yeah.
right in front of the door.
Mhm.
And we hear this couple like yelling at each other, and I mean I didn't think anything of it because it's like, well,
Whatever.
people fight, blah blah
None of
blah
my
blah.
business.
But then this chick just starts like screaming,
Oh
like
Jesus.
actually screaming, and I peek my head around the corner. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And this dude, he's got to be like 6'9", 6'10". He's got this poor lady like fucking pinned up against a wall,
Jesus Christ.
and he's like yelling at her, screaming at her. They're like ripping their shirts because she's trying to like struggle to get them off of her.
Did you call someone after that?
Well, it was me and my mom just like by
Yeah.
ourselves because Todd and Ellie went up to the hotel room because I wanted to stay out and heat up
Yeah.
before we went back into the hotel room, and Mom wanted to smoke. It was just me and her, so we're like, I mean, we definitely thought about it, but we were like, I don't think we want to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to like draw attention, which sucks because I really wanted to help, but this dude
Yeah.
could like easily body me and my mother and this chick at the same time, like easily.
Yeah.
Um, and apparently I didn't see it, but my mom was like as we were walking back, my mom was like, John, like this dude
Mhm.
just like hit her in the face,
Oh shit.
like just hit her in the face, and I was like, Jesus fuck Christ.
Did you tell
But
hotel security
thankfully,
after that?
yeah, we told the front. Thankfully, like we saw the end of their little kerfuffle, I think, because they like split off at the end
Yeah.
of like the walkway. So like she went one way, he went another.
Yeah.
So I think she was okay after that. We told the desk receptionist, and she was like, "Gee, I don't know why that would be happening that close, because
Yeah.
and like he had her pinned up against like a wall of like the church that's right next to our
Oh
hotel,
Jesus.
and like right next to that church is the police station. So, I mean, they were really close. So I'm not sure
Yeah.
how they didn't like get notified or whatever, but it was scary. It was pretty freaky. Definitely a new experience, gotta say. Frightening to say the least, very frightening.
Well, yeah.
But it was good. I liked it. Other than those parts, I obviously didn't like those parts.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was really fun. Other than those, New Orleans is an overall good time, and I totally want to go there again. Their grocery stores, they don't have like a Publix or a Walmart
Yeah.
for like miles. So they're just like these really small. I mean, they're grocery stores, with like
Yeah.
produce and meat and shit. But
Good?
they're like mini. Yeah, I just got shit in my throat. Morty.
Every single time.
It's like a mini grocery store.
Yeah.
There's like 7 aisles, and they're all like tightly compact.
Yeah.
And I actually really like it. Like I really liked it there.
Huh.
It looked cool. They had like jazz playing the whole time.
Yeah.
They had cheese with fruit in it that you could buy for
Oh,
some
yeah.
reason. Never seen that before. That was a little weird.
Really?
But it was good. I mean, not here, I don't think.
Mm.
But no, it was good. They had like you could buy like fresh breakfast. Like they had like croissant sandwiches made for you that you could just go buy from the
Yeah.
grocery store on your way to work and shit. It was cool. I liked it, and I'm seriously considering like maybe after high school and college, maybe I might want to go live there.
Huh.
Because I mean, I feel like that's a place because
Yeah.
mean, where we live now, honestly, it's pretty
Kinda-
fucking boring.
Kinda
It was-
not
it was-
fun. There is no
was-
nightlife here. It's just
It
old people.
yeah, it's old people and old shit. The town. Welcome, please enjoy.
Welcome. We bring you shopping and food and old people.
We bring you like 7 shops downtown, most
that
of
are all
which are
ridiculous expensive.
for old people.
Just full of tourist crap.
Yeah.
And like even Flashback was like ridiculously expensive. Like
Yeah,
for
but then
the
they
stuff
go,
they have.
but then they had to go in fucking clothes, which, haha, great, good shit.
Fun.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on ThinkGeek? My uncle, when I lived in Arizona, showed me ThinkGeek, and I looked at a lot of stuff on there. They do a lot of like nerd stuff, and it was cool. Yeah.
I'd have to check that out.
Yeah.
Is it like is it like Amazon? Like, can you order shit off of there?
Yeah, it's yeah, they have an online website, and then there are like in the Savannah Mall, there's like a physical store that you can go into, and they have like a wall of Funkos and collectible figures, and they have an Iron Man statue, which I have a photo of like myself next to it, and like lights up, and it's like it looks like one of the Mark 50s, like it's somewhere in that range. That's what it looks like, because it's the red and gold armor, but it's really cool.
Wow. Now
but-
think about this.
Mhm.
Which would you rather purchase
What?
for $1,000?
A rose quartz
a long
box.
sleeve T-shirt,
Uh-huh.
7-foot Iron Man statue.
7-foot Iron Man statue.
I mean, I feel like that's not even like
That's not even a debate.
contest.
It's not.
I
I
mean-
want an Iron Man statue. I'm sorry. You can't buy the Iron Man statue. You can take pictures with it, though. And it does light up, and his arc reactor lights up, and it's really cool. And I think they also have a
I'll
Batman
make my
statue in
own.
there.
Fuck it.
And my brother, for Halloween one year, he made cardboard Iron Man, like, an Iron Man suit.
Oh?
And it looked really cool. Like, it actually looked like a real suit. And he still has the helmet.
Huh.
And the helmet, like, it was an actual helmet. The face piece lifted up, and Jarvis, like, if you pressed on, like, the side of the head, Jarvis would talk to you, and the headset would light up, and so your eyes would be, like, blue. It was really cool. It was one of my favorite things. And now it's sitting in the garage and probably has spiders in it.
Made out of cardboard?
No, the head wasn't, but, like, the rest of his suit was cardboard. And it was really cool.
Wow.
And he even had, like, a light-up piece and everything for his chest and his gloves and stuff.
Damn, that is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. And then,
I like that.
one year I went as Captain America, and I had like a really, really, really big shield. Like it was, I could do the little stupid turtle duck behind it. It was that big.
Yeah.
And my brother was like, Kenzie, I want that. I will pay you back. I will buy you a video game. Give me the shield. And I'm like, just buy me Moe's and we'll call it even. And he was like,
What?
He still hasn't paid me back for it. Or no, I think he
I
did.
mean,
But it was like a giant Iron Man shield, and I got it at like Party City, so I can probably go get another one. But it was like $20, and he was like, Kenzie, give me the shield. I want to put it in my garage. And I'm like, okay. And it has like scratches on it from like my brother. I don't remember what he did. I think he had like Wolverine claws, because he has these Wolverine claws that are like actual, like it's a glove, and then it's got the blades and stuff on it, because my brother's a huge nerd. He also has multiple
Yeah.
katanas. He has Spider-Man katanas. It's really cool. Anyways, I got sidetracked. You cut out, by the way.
mixed very well. Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think Spider-Man and katanas would mix very well.
It's like
personally.
It's like a double sword. It's cool. And my brother has this one sword that's sitting in like his back like sliding door to like keep the door latch shut, and it's got on the ends of it they're talons, and they look like they hold like an orb or crystal of some sort, but they don't. They're just empty. And you pull it apart and it's two different swords. Like real swords. He has so many swords. It's so many swords. It's ridiculous. John? Did he die? I think John died. Did we lose John? Oh, there we go. There's John.
God, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. Maybe your internet's just crapping itself. Maybe your internet
No, I
just
think
decided you're done.
I think I'm just talking too quiet and my mic's too far away because I have fear of harming the ears of our audience.
Oh.
But I really hope that this episode sounds decent,
Yeah.
because our last attempt was
Meh.
not the one that you're thinking about, like the actual episode that's uploaded.
Oh.
You were just like really loud.
Oh. Oops. Sorry.
But I think I was okay. Maybe, I hope.
I don't know.
Christ, I don't know. We'll see. Fuck
Anyways.
it. Fuck it.
Screw it. So speaking about where you want to live after high school and college, me and Caden, okay, so here's a little backstory. Me and my friend Caden have decided that we're gonna get married for tax benefits, because why not? And he was like, yeah, he texted me and he's like, I can't wait to like be out of my parents' house and just live in an apartment because it's gonna be the best. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, we're gonna have 2 Xboxes, a fucking PS4 at that time. And he's like, yeah, And it's
Two
good.
Xboxes.
Yeah, because he has one and I have one, and I was like, I can just sell my Xbox and keep yours because he has the Xbox One S plus an external storage unit. So
Shit.
he's got like a terabyte of storage. It's ridiculous. I'm like, why not just sell mine? Put my account on yours, call it a day, but then we wouldn't be able to game share. But anyways, he was like, well, yeah, they're on same. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. Anyways,
But
and
it's
he was
the
like,
same Xbox. You're living together. That's the whole point, I thought.
Shut up. Besides the point. The point is I was like, yeah, I'll sell it. And he's like, no, you're not selling it because we need like 3 Xboxes and like all. I'm like, why? And he's like, one for each of our bedrooms and one for the living room. And I'm like, no, that's
Jesus
ridiculous.
Christ.
Anyways,
That's
but
ridiculous.
and Caden, I was talking to Caden. I'm like, Caden, have we decided on like what state we're gonna live in yet? And he's like, I don't know because it depends on my residency because he wants to be a cardiothoracic surgeon. And the way like becoming a surgeon works is you get an internship, you get a your residency is chosen for you by the residency matching program and stuff. Anyways, but he's like, it depends on my residency, and he's like, I don't want you to feel pressured to like come live with me or wherever. I'm like, dude, as long as there's something to do, like unlike here where there's literally nothing to do besides go to Walmart and wander around for a few hours, I'm good. I don't really care where we live. And he's like, okay, cool. And I'm like, then you can just transfer to Phoenix and we'll like vibe in Phoenix because Phoenix is a really cool town and it's really cheap to live there. And it's really nice. Bro, Phoenix
there's
some awesome architecture too.
there's anti things to do where we live.
Yeah.
There's negative activities here.
I mean, you can go on the
Mainly
boat,
because
but I don't like boats, and boats are for kind of rich people. I don't like boats. They're just overpriced rafts.
I mean
Overpriced
I could
floaty.
go. I mean I like going on boats. They're fun. I like it.
I don't.
But I could go on the fucking Mississippi River and just dick around that way. In Louisiana, on
Yeah.
top of all the cool shit that I get to do already. So
Yeah.
I could sacrifice the beach, not being able to go to the beach for living in New Orleans. I'd be fine with that.
I don't care about the
'Cause-
beach. I just want a pool. I want a pool.
Well, I mean,
I
don't know.
I like a pool more than the beach.
Well, yeah, I do too. I like a lake more than the beach. But I don't know how like expensive it's gonna be to like fucking move in there. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do it. Cause like people are getting like evicted and shit because they can't pay their bills because of all this COVID shit. It's ridiculous. Kind of sucks. It's very sad. But I don't know. I feel like I could do it. Like once I save up enough.
Yeah.
It's not like it's gonna cost a whole lot to
Yeah.
live down here, considering there's bumfuck to do.
Well, no, it's
Um,
surprisingly expensive down here. Like to
Well,
rent a
I mean-
house. I mean, even just in South Carolina, like the cost of living, especially like in Bluffton, Beaufort area, is really high. Like for an apartment of like my mom was talking to me, she goes like a 1-bedroom apartment like this, that's even smaller, like square footage, would run me like $1,000, and I'm like, that's ridiculous.
What, a
It's-
month?
Yeah.
Ay.
Yeah, it's really expensive to live in Bluffton, and it's really expensive to live over here in Beaufort because, like, I'm pretty lucky where I'm at now, but, like, it's ridiculous.
I mean, I don't think I live in Beaufort or Bluffton. I think I live
No, you
Like,
live in,
away
like, you
from-
live in Burton-ish.
yeah,
So
somewhere around there.
I live, like, next to the Beaufort River. I can walk across the street and go into the river if I wanted to.
Yes, go inside
So.
the river. Take a swim.
I don't want to. Oh, I was at my aunt's house, in LaGrange, the one that lives like up in the mountain and has a lake in her backyard. This was a while ago, but in Georgia they have like red clay. Their soil is so like I think it's iron that makes it red. Anyways, it's like Mars. Anyways, the clay is really red, so it's like pluff mud in consistency and like texture, so it feels disgusting on your feet, and it's red, and I don't like it. But
Yeah,
swimming in the
that's
lake's cool.
That's typically what clay is, yeah.
It's gross. I don't like it. It felt nasty.
But I mean, it's not mud. It's
It
just like
felt
soft
slimy.
dirt.
Slimy. I don't like
Better than
slime.
pluff mud. I
Pluff
fucking
mud
hate pluff mud. That,
sucks.
that shit smells bad too. It's the worst.
It does. It's not great.
It's literally like the worst kind of mud.
Yeah,
Very
because it hardens
sticky.
on your feet really, really quickly, and it's just ugh.
it smells bad. It's really sticky when you step in, and then it hardens and shit. It's like cement that smells bad, and it's just like all over the goddamn place.
I think that's
Not fun.
the best way to describe it is cement that smells bad.
Yeah,
Like
and
the
like not as like dangerous, obviously, because cement will like actually fuck you if you get stuck inside. But
yeah.
uh, regardless, I think I've lived here long enough to where I now see where people like our age are coming from, and they say, "Man, I hate it here.
Yeah.
I gotta get out." Like at first, like a year in when I moved here, I was, nah, I don't see it.
Yeah.
I like it here. It's nice. I could stay here for like the rest of my life. And now,
You're like
before
ew.
senior year even starts, it's like, I
I'm
mean, I
done.
don't hate it here. There's just nothing to do.
Yeah, and even if you want to do anything, like if you want to go to Bluffton and do stuff, like it's another like 30-minute drive before you can go do anything.
I mean, it's worth it. I think it's personally worth it to drive an hour to Savannah because Savannah's
Yes,
cool and there's a
Savannah
lot more
is
shit you can
awesome.
do.
I love Savannah, but you get
and
shot.
even well, fucking, I had a higher chance of getting shot in New Orleans
I
than
mean, yeah.
Savannah, right? I haven't seen a single homeless person in Savannah. I've seen like 20 in New Orleans, and I was there for 4 days. So, I mean, that's just like part of the deal that you gotta expect with living in a urban area like that.
Yeah.
Better than living in New York, that's for sure. I don't think I would want to live. I want to like go see New York just because I'm a sucker for how cool cities look, and I
Yeah.
want to see the whole big ass place. But I would not want to live there because I would get lost probably every single day that I lived there,
It's a grid system.
and
It's a
I
grid
would
system.
probably
It's a
yeah.
grid
So is
system.
so
We're
is New
also on a
Orleans, but
grid
I still
system.
don't. Yeah, but guess what? I still don't know where the fuck I'm going half the time, and I'm pretty sure you don't either.
I do. I have a
Okay,
pretty
then
general idea of where I am.
all right, fine. Then here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to New York, right? This year, senior year, my senior year. I'm gonna go to New York. I'm gonna take you with you. I'm gonna drop your
Free
ass in the middle of
vacation.
New York. I'm gonna drop your ass in the middle of New York. I'm gonna take your phone so you can't use Google Maps. You're
Okay.
not allowed to ask anyone for directions. And I'm gonna say,
Okay.
okay, here's the address of the hotel. Good luck. I'll meet you in an hour.
I mean, like hell, that would take me an hour. John, I may walk at like 4 miles an hour, but I get too anxious about things.
Almost like you wouldn't be able to do it.
No, I'm too scared I get hit by a car
Or shot.
mugged. Like that's what I'm more concerned about than being lost.
I need to take no, but that's what I was thinking, and my mom she said it's probably not gonna happen, but I'm pretty sure I'll make it happen. Like, it's not gonna be during spring break because she's definitely not gonna let that happen, because if we go to fucking New Orleans in spring break, it's gonna be like we will get shot and killed there. um but I was thinking, I was like, I'm gonna get you, and I'm gonna get like Kristen, and we're gonna take a trip up to New Orleans for a couple days. We're gonna rent out a hotel, and we're just gonna dick around.
When is
There
this
and
supposed
see,
to happen?
like summer of this year, maybe
I
somewhere around
don't.
there.
Welcome to John and Mackenzie discussing summer plans in the middle of a podcast. I don't think I can. So my family does a summer vacation like every 4 years, and this year got delayed because people like we were gonna like try and like power through it and like go anyway, and then everyone kind of was like no because some people in our family just had a baby and they didn't want to risk it and like it was just too expensive. So we're like we'll just wait another year, save it, and then go do something else. So it should happen this year. If not, I don't know. We're just gonna wait till the next 2024. I think is the next year.
I don't even know when. I don't even know if they're gonna fucking let me do it. They're probably not. Even if they come with us, they're probably gonna be like, no, you're not allowed.
I mean, if you're
You're not
18, it doesn't
allowed.
matter. You can
Well,
just go
that's
anyway.
true. Yeah, but that's true. But I also won't have any money, and I kind of need them to get us
You have
there.
a job now. Save,
Yeah, but I don't.
dingus.
You know how much money that's gonna be? for plane tickets and for shit to buy down there?
It's called Drive. It's cheaper.
I could do that.
Yeah.
That's probably.
And then by the time that you're talking about this, I'd probably have my license. Kristen would probably have hers. You should have yours. It'd be fine. We'd switch around, and then you wouldn't have to deal with getting a hotel on the way there, and all that jazz.
I probably will, but only problem with that is I'm still planning on getting a scooter, like as my mode of transport.
Oh.
So, might have to take the family car, or one of you guys.
I mean, yeah. My brother has a van. If he still has the van, we'll take the van.
I'm thinking, if we do it, then, one of us pays, for gas.
One of us pays for
gas
hotel.
to get there. One of us pays for the hotel, and one of us pays for the food and dinner. And anything else that we want to buy, we got to pay out of our own pocket.
That makes sense.
And like, if like the hotel's more expensive than dinner, then we'll help pitch in whenever we need it.
That makes
shit
sense.
Like that. I think it would work. I think that'd be fine.
Yeah. I still really do want to do this plan. So me, Caden, and my other friend were thinking of doing an Arizona trip in like our senior year. So 2023. Is when we were planning on doing it, because I think it's a day and a half drive all the way to Arizona.
Ew.
Yeah, but with like 3 people switching out, it doesn't take that long. And it's gonna be long because you're sitting in a cramped car.
No, I'm gonna fucking hate it, but
yeah, but it's gonna be fun because I have a lot of family in Arizona. Like I have a lot of aunts and stuff in Arizona. Like I have two of my aunts are not in Arizona. One of them lives in Georgia, and the other one lives in Colorado. And then the rest of them live in Arizona. But anyways, we can go visit them, and we don't have to buy for a hotel and like chill out. But we still have a lot of planning to do and a lot of stuff.
I could get I could do that. Fucking my grandpa's been in New Orleans. He's pretty damn cool. He could just take us. He's stinking rich anyway, so I don't see why he wouldn't. If I asked him, if I was like, "Hey, Grandpa, do you want to like chaperone me and a couple of my buddies? We're going to New Orleans. You want to come and like help pitch in and shit?" He'd probably be like, "New Orleans? Hell yeah, I want to go to New Orleans with you. That sounds fun." Well, I mean, because he's been there before.
Yeah.
And when he found out that Mom was taking me and my sister, he was like, "What? Why are you taking them kids to New Orleans? You trying to have them get shot?" But I'll be 18 by then, so I mean, I don't think he was worried about me. And if he's with us, then we'll figure it out. Because I really want to do it. Because I want to do like an actual senior trip.
Yeah.
As a send off. Before I don't see half of the people from high school anymore, because I already know that's gonna happen. Because they're gonna go off to do other things.
Haha, you're gonna be stuck with me if you're still living here for another 3 years. You're stuck with me.
I could all. Well, I mean.
Yeah, you're stuck with me.
Okay.
You're stuck with
that's
me.
Fine. But yeah.
Hold on, before we move on, there's a I sent John a photo with, back by unpopular demand, me with a picture of Kermit T-posing, and he goes, "Can I get a refund?" And
are you looking through our fucking saved messages again?
No, it popped in my head and I thought it was funny and I needed to share it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's great.
Can I get a refund?
Get a refund?
I don't want this anymore.
This one's broken. Can I have it? Can I have a replacement?
Jesus. Okay. But sorry, I got so off track. Go ahead.
No, you're all right. You're fine. I want to do a senior trip, and I want it to be New Orleans because I feel like if I brought a couple buddies and we smuggled alcohol, it'd be a hell of a lot more fun. More fun than I had with, just my folks and stuff. So yeah. I want to do that. I want that to be a thing that happens. It'd be fun, and it wouldn't be that expensive if we drove. And everyone pitched in and blah 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 blah. But anyway, New Orleans is fun. you guys should go visit for the experience and for all the creepy homeless people. Very fun. Highly recommend it. Whoa. What happened?
My headphone came unplugged. Hold on, I'm gonna go check on Zuko. You do whatever. Don't say anything that would get us banned, please. I'm gonna go check on Zuko because he's making weird noises from the kitchen. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay.
Just a bit. My cat's being annoying.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the John Show. I know a lot of you have been waiting for this part of the podcast, and
This
it's
is the
finally
John
here.
Show.
Congratulations.
Fuck. Plug your fucking headphones back in.
I did. They're back in.
I don't think they are. You sound funky.
They are. Ah.
No, yeah, you sound really weird.
I don't know what happened, and I can't hear myself, so I have no idea what I sound like.
You sound like, kind of like you have like a slight robot filter over you.
Oh, hold
Oh god, it got worse. Jesus
on.
Christ.
Oh, jeeb. I don't know how to fix it. Oh, fuck. Did I fuck it up?
Maybe.
Did I fuck it? Did I fuck it up?
Maybe. You probably
Maybe.
did.
God damn it. You know what? Maybe you're right for about getting a refund. I'm gonna make that
No.
joke for years. That's so funny to me. I don't know why.
Can you just like close Discord and open it back up, or is it
It's my headphones, so I don't know.
No. I don't think it'll be that bad. What time are we at anyway?
We are at 56 minutes, so we're about 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, let's talk about how much John hates Kingdom Hearts 2. Or did we already talk about that? Did we? I don't remember.
I think I talked to you about it, but I haven't
Yeah.
talked to. Well, before we go into Kingdom Hearts 2, because that's like I could make that 30 minutes easy. I want to talk about the game that I got today.
Oh, yeah.
I finally got paid, which is awesome because it's cool. I've got my own card and everything, and I can spend money on pointless shit whenever I want. It's great. I love it. And I bought Skullgirls with it today because I'm kind of a sucker for 2D fighters, and I'm also a sucker for 2D animations. And when I figured out that this was a thing, I was kind of like, "Ooh, these sounds cool."
And John died again. He got disconnected. This episode has been brought to you by technical difficulties. Welcome to John fucking dies. Oh, is he back? Ah! Hold on. I'm fixing it. I'm in the middle of fixing it. I can do it. Eh? Eh?
Morty?
Hey! There we go.
Morty, what the fuck happened?
I don't know. John keeps breaking
Welcome
things. Anyways,
Welcome to Technical Difficulties, the podcast. So glad you could join us.
I
We are
just
so
made that
sorry in
joke.
advance.
I already made
Oh,
that
fuck.
joke. I said welcome to technical difficulties brought to you by... Damn it. I threw my phone.
Shut up.
You shut up. Shut up. Okay, talk about your game, because it looks cool, and I want to hear more about it. Go. Did he get disconnected again? This is bull. Discord, fix your crap. My god.
Who?
There we
Who?
go. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Discord,
Jesus fucking
fix your
Christ.
crap. My god.
God, I think we need to get a better app.
Probably.
One that's like prioritized on
Talking.
like audio and having it not fuck up half the time.
Skype.
Ow, ew. Get the... Ew. Who are you? Am I talking to
God.
the same person
No.
as 10 seconds ago?
No, you're not.
Okay. So,
It's my bed.
Skullgirls. It's, it's fun. It's fun. It's really fun. It's 2D fighter. Like it's like they mixed Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh.
They mixed it together. There's a lot of shit that you can do in this game. Like a lot more than I realized. So let me count here. There's only like 15 characters, I think. So there's not that much in terms of roster. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is like several several special moves for each character that you can pull off. They each all have special 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 ultimate attacks,
Yeah.
and you can there's fucking some characters have a double jump and some characters have an air dodge. Some characters you can launch an opponent up into the air, and then there's air grabs in this game, which is crazy. You just grab an enemy out of the air and then fling them back down to the ground. I'm really liking it so far. It's really complicated. Very complicated. I mean, I never claimed to be good at fighting games by any means, but
they're just fun to play.
It's really fun. I like it. But what's really sad, I did some research on this. So, all right, before I get into that, the whole reason that I found out about this game in the first place is because, you get bored after sitting in a hotel room in New Orleans for long enough. So it's well, I can't bring my whole consoles with me, so I got to stick with my phone and my 3DS. So I was browsing the App Store and I was looking for some games, and I see this one. It's Skullgirls, but it's a mobile version.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, this looks interesting. I was like, a 2D fighter on mobile devices. What is this? This can only go awful. I downloaded it. I played it. It's actually really fun. It's actually really good. I mean, if you were to compare the two, now that I've played both, obviously, the console game is better because it's got more mechanics.
Yeah, there's more stuff
modes
you can do
to play in. Yeah, but I mean, the mobile game, it's easily the best fighter that I've played on mobile. It actually controls really well, and it's actually fun to control. And it honestly, apart from the backgrounds and stuff, the characters and the animations honestly look just as good as the console game. It's ridiculous how good it looks, and it runs super good. And even if it didn't, there's you can lower the quality to prioritize frame rate and shit.
Yeah.
They thought of everything. It's really fun. The fighting's simple, but I played it 3 days straight. So that's how you know that I had a good time with it. Only problem with it though, it is a gacha game. In every sense of the word. I don't even know if you know what that is.
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay, so
I'm baby.
I got you. So the console version of Skullgirls is just like a classic 2D fighter, right? You pick a character, you duke it out. There's story mode, arcade mode, online versus training, blah 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 blah, all that jazz. The standard that you would expect. The mobile version is kind of like that. It's got story versus training, all that, but it's a 2D fighting RPG to where you and I don't hate the idea because I like RPGs. I like fighting games. I think for a mobile game it works. I think it does. You get so a gacha game. Pretty much what it is you it comes in it's like a card based system to where you can summon fighters and creatures and add them to your deck, and you can level them up and power them up and shit. That's pretty much what the mobile version is. It's easily the best done gacha game, because usually those games I really can't stand that much, because either they're really shallow or it's so pay to win that there's no point even bothering. I think Skullgirls Mobile does a really good job at it, honestly, because there's no there's RNG in terms of what summons you get and the rarity of them, but if you're skilled enough at the fighting mechanics, then you can just brute force your way. But even I'm near the end of the standard story mode, and there's there's 3 difficulties for for every story chapter.
There you go.
So I'm not even close to being done, but as of right now, I haven't died but maybe 3 times. Because it's it's actually skill based, the gameplay. It's not like you play this card for your character to punch and you play this card for your character to not. No, it's straight up you tap the screen to do a combo, You swipe up to launch them into the air, and then you can do air combos. You swipe
Yeah.
down to sweep the legs. You can guard, you can dash, you can do all the shit.
Yeah.
And it's your inputs, so it's
Yeah.
fair. There's premium currency that you can
Yeah.
buy, and coins and shit, and you need coins and like skill points to level up your characters.
Yeah.
And this is where I don't hate the idea, because every character has a skill tree, and
Oh.
and they get new abilities
Huh.
for every time they level up. They get a skill point, and if you can spend like the in-game coins that you get, which you get a lot of, so it's not that big of a deal.
Mhm.
So you can level up your characters. You can increase like their main like max combo count. So like you start out with a 3-hit combo, and you can upgrade it to like a 5-hit combo.
Oh, nice.
They get special. Well, like every character has like a special trait, and you can upgrade that.
Yeah.
And like every character's got this big ass skill tree to level up with.
Yeah.
The part of the gotchas that I don't like
Mhm.
are how special moves are handled. So because this game has like such a low like number roster,
Yeah.
there isn't like 200 special unique heroes to collect. There's only like 10 characters in the whole game, but
Huh.
rarity is determined by their alternate skins.
Huh.
Which I mean, I don't hate. It's fine. But like the character will play the same if they're a gold as compared to a bronze. The only difference is that gold can like level up more and get stronger.
Yeah.
But like the skin's just the same, which I don't mind that. If there were like 200 fighters and it's really hard to get like most of the good ones, then it's like, fuck that. But,
Yeah.
I mean, since there's not that many options, you don't really have a choice to not get any good ones.
Yeah.
But special moves, that's the one thing that there's two things I don't like about the gacha system in this game.
Mhm.
First one is the special moves, because like the summons, you get relics, which are like the summon tokens to get new heroes and shit
Yeah.
from doing story mode and versus battles and all, for playing the game pretty much, and
Yeah.
doing missions and shit. You get character relics and special move relics.
Oh.
And special move relics are the same thing as character relics, but you get a random special move per each one that you have, which
Oh.
kind of irritating considering it doesn't take into account which characters you have unlocked. So if you don't have a character, you can get a special move for that character that you don't have yet, which kind of bugs me. And considering the rate that you get special moves is pretty fucking low. Like, I've been playing the game for like 3 days straight, and
Yeah.
I've like my main character that I go with only has like 3 special moves that I can swap in and out with. Which it's kind of a drag considering like there's a lot of cool shit that you can do with the special moves, and there's combo setups with them and everything. But that's where like the whole grindy part of the gacha game comes in.
Yeah.
Gotta level up your characters, gotta grind for EXP and all that jazz. But I mean, that's fine, because the core fighting mechanics are still really fun for a mobile game, and I actually enjoy it. But goddamn, and this is the one thing that I fucking hate about these kind of games. Energy system. Your characters have an energy system, and I cannot for the life of me think why. Every story mission, every online versus battle, every like rift battle, pretty much every main mode where you're fighting either a real opponent or a CPU
Yeah.
takes up character energy, which I fucking hate energy in games like this, because all it does is turns me off from the experience more. Because if you don't have enough energy, you can't use that character for this fight. Then it's like, well, shit, now I can't level them up. And if you run out, because like the more story that you go through, the higher the cost for the energy goes up.
Oh.
Like each character has like 10 max.
Yeah.
And like at the final story bits, they're draining like 3 energy a match.
Jesus.
So
you can only do
so
like
you-
3 before you
yeah,
gotta
you don't
quit.
you don't last very long at all, and which that wouldn't necessarily be a problem if the characters weren't level based, because instead, oh well, my main is out of energy, let me switch it out for this other guy, but this other guy is only like level 5 and he gets his ass handed to him in the fight that I'm at currently because I don't use him that much. So I like the RPG system. I do. I think it could totally work, but I don't like energy systems in any of these games. It's so stupid because it's literally putting essentially a time limit.
That's the
on
point
your
of
game.
like mobile games, is to get
But-
you
but-
to stop playing it so you're addicted.
Okay, but here's the thing. If you guys make a good game, which I consider the Mobile Skullgirls to be a good game, I will want to play it. Like
I mean, yeah, but it's again, it's
when I run
mobile game
when
culture.
I run, no, I get it, and again, this is like easily the best handled that it's been, but when your game is fun and I run out of energy that prevents me from playing the game anymore, I don't think, oh boy, I can't wait to come back to it in an hour.
You're
It's,
just kind of like,
oh,
oh
great.
god, I gotta
now,
wait.
well, fuck, now I can't play this game that I want
Yeah.
to play for an hour. That's
Yeah.
fucking irritating. And
Yeah, I got that. So I know you're gonna laugh at me, but I still played Merge Dragons, and I run out of compasses because compasses take like 4. You only get 7, and like some
Yeah.
levels will take 4 from you, and you're like, I can't do anything, and then you go and do like 2 levels because you do one that's 4 and one that's 3. Like that's like a challenge level or whatever the hell, and you're like, great, I can't play it, but at least it gives you like a garden to go and like roam around and do shit in.
right,
So, you know.
yeah,
That's like the only thing I like consistently play at this moment is that, and like
yeah.
like 2 rhythm games, one of which is Voice, in Archaea. So I play like Voice, which is VOEZ, which I found out I can get on the Switch, but it's like $24, but I unlock all of the songs instead of buying them
that's good.
individually. And I also have Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, because I'm addicted to Final Fantasy 15. It's bad. It's I'm hyperfixating really bad on Final Fantasy because it's the only thing that the only media I've consumed recently besides My Hero.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of My Hero and fighting games, I've been playing it and I actually kind of like it. I first started
One's
playing
Justice 2?
it, yeah, when I first started playing
Yeah,
it,
it's fun.
it was kind of funky because I was expecting it to be like 2D, and it wasn't.
Oh, you
It
poor
was running
soul.
around, and I was like, oh
Yeah.
god, this is scary. And then I figured it out, and I was playing with Caden, and Caden he doesn't know any of My Hero characters, so I'm like sitting there explaining. He's like, what does this person do? And I'm like, that's Tokuyami. He has Dark Shadow. He's cool. You would like him. And I'm like, here, play Ida. He reminds me of you. And I was like, and I got my ass handed to me when he played Ida, because I was playing Aizawa, and I didn't know how to play him. But it's fun, and I really like it. And I like playing Hawks. He's fun to play.
Yeah, it's pretty
And-
fun.
Yeah, he was talking because we were playing Marvel vs. Capcom before that, and that's
Yeah.
how I convinced him to play it. I'm like, oh yeah, you can. It's kind of like Marvel vs. Capcom where you get sidekicks and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was
And
like,
you,
yeah.
you got like assists and shit.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of like that. And he's like, okay, I'll play it. And he plays Dormammu in Marvel vs. Capcom, and he just sits there and down hits me every single time.
Uh-huh.
And he was talking to me. He goes, I'm trying to find the Dormammu of this game so I can just annoy you. And he sat there with like Bakugo and just spammed his like first thing so I couldn't get near him, and it sucked. And I was like, Caden, stop. And then eventually I dashed behind him and hit him, so he had to stop. But and he was playing
Which
Endeavor and shit, and it was so annoying.
which MVC game were you playing?
2?
2?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Uh,
On what? What were you playing it on?
what do you mean?
Were you
I'm
playing
confused.
it on the Xbox?
Yeah.
Then no, it was definitely not 2. It was either 3 or Infinite.
What? Oh, Marvel vs. Capcom. I was
Yeah,
really
that's
confused by
fucking-
what the hell you just said. I'm so sorry.
I said MVC, didn't I?
Yeah, I didn't.
It's like the
name
the
didn't
abbreviation.
register. No, so the thing
Oh.
didn't register. So I thought you said like My Hero, and I was like 2, and I was
Oh,
really
no.
confused for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, I think is what it was. Yeah, it's Infinite.
You should tell him to get 3.
Ultimate Marvel 3. That game's really fun. I think it's better than Infinite, honestly.
I don't know. Me and Caden just do it just to piss each other off because he like absolutely wrecks me in that game. And he's like, I love button mashing games. I'm like, this is, and then I proceeded to kick his ass
Okay.
a lot of times.
It's right up your alley, then, isn't it, Caden?
I was like, and then I proceeded to kick his ass multiple times because I was just playing around with different characters. And I like playing Tokoyami. I like playing Izuku shoot style. I don't like the original Izuku. I don't like playing Bakugo either. He doesn't fit my playstyle.
prefer. I mean, I could go either way with the Dekus, but
Yeah.
I usually pick standard Deku more.
Yeah.
I like how like hard he hits and the damage he does.
Yeah.
And his charge up moves and shit.
I was talking to Caden because I was having him do like his plus ultra, and so he was doing the finger flick thing, and I'm like, Caden, stop hitting me for a minute. Look at his hand, and I was like, his hand is turning purple, and I'm like, that's the coolest amount of detail I've seen because normally it doesn't do that. Like I didn't notice that it did that till like near the end of the fight where I've done it multiple times, and his fingers were turning purple. Anyways, it was a cool little detail that I noticed.
Well, dude,
and it was very cool.
like his whole sleeve gets ripped off.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like that detail.
It's cool little details like that, and it gets me so excited and giddy. Anyways.
I love how that game looks too. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for cell shades. Honestly, love how that game looks.
Caden was talking to me, and he goes, "I hate that it's 3D," and I'm like, "I don't know. It fits it really well. I think they did it really well, and I liked it." So
I still yearn for the day that Bandai Namco gets their shit together and says, "Fine, we'll make the people what they want," and they give us Dragon Ball FighterZ, but it's My Hero instead. I would lose my marbles, dude.
Bro.
Can you fucking imagine like a well balanced, well constructed like 2D team, fucking 2D fighter. That's like Dragon Ball FighterZ, but it's My Hero characters, and like it looks like the show. Fucking Arc System needs to get on that shit because Dragon Ball FighterZ was so goddamn good, and I know that they can treat my baby well. I know that they could do it. They just gotta get the fucking license. Come on, fucking please, please.
That'd be really cool.
That would be the only fighting game I need is My Hero FighterZ. I would. Oh my god. I can't. I'm having too much fun thinking about it.
The thing I'm surprised about is because I don't normally like games like that. Like I'm not very big into Mortal Kombat, and I'm not very big into to Capcom, and I'm not very big into Smash. I still play them because I do find them fun. I just get aggravated too easily because I suck at them. Like I actually suck ass. But My Hero I picked up really easily, and I'm doing well, and I'm like kind of surprised, and I'm like, cool. And Caden's like, we're both kind of even on this, and I'm like, yeah, because normally we aren't like even whenever we first start out, but
well that's usually how arena fighters usually are compared to 2D fighters because they're nowhere near as technical, but at the same time it's like, oh well, me and my buddy can just like jump in and play this and kind of know what we're doing.
Caden ended up skipping the tutorial, and I played the tutorial, and it played like a cutscene, and I haven't watched that part yet, because I was like, that looks a little funky. So I covered my ears, ran around my house going, la 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 la, so I wouldn't get spoiled. I'm so adamant about not getting, like, as spoiled as I've already been. I'm very adamant about not getting spoiled, and if I get spoiled, I'm going to shoot someone in the foot.
You need to hurry up and beat the story mode because the characters that you get are really fucking fun.
Yeah,
busted. They're overpowered as shit.
No, I was playing with Caden, and I know that one of the characters is like Izuku at like full cowling, like 100% or whatever.
100%, dude.
And
bananas.
Caden for some reason had access to him already, and I'm like, because normally whenever you go to like hover over him, it's just like blank and it's just question marks. But he got the character model. Like the name was still blocked out, but he got the character model to show up, and I'm like, how in the hell? What? It was really confusing.
I don't know.
But he skipped the tutorial, and I'm like, you might want to play that. He's like, I got 14 out of 15 because he couldn't figure out how to do like his Y with like movement, like the moving quirk, whatever. And I'm like, dude, that's like all I use with like Midoriya shoot style is the fucking Y. Like it's busted. And like he got so annoyed with me because I was playing Midoriya, and I was like, yeah, I'm a combo machine. That's like the entirety of Midoriya is just combos, and you do a shit ton of damage with him too.
Yeah.
And I was playing Amajiki too, and I killed him while he was in like his Plus Ultra, which is he turned into a clam and then kind of rolls around.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And he was like, I got killed by a clam. I got killed by a clam. And he's playing Bakugo at the moment. But anyway, sorry, I interrupted you. Anyways, go ahead.
No, you're alright. I can't get down with Hanajiki. But Lunch Justice 2 is actually really fucking fun.
It is really fun.
because I got the first one's Justice like a couple of years ago, and I had a blast with that game too, but man, like it's bananas to go between the first and the second game, because the first game only had like maybe 20 characters.
Yeah.
And then for the sequel, they're just like, fuck it, let's double it and then add like 5 DLC on top of that.
Yeah.
It's they changed up.
Insane.
They changed up the mechanics. They added new assists. Changed up some moves for the characters. They did a really good job. I think it's worth the upgrade. $60 upgrade. I think it's worth it.
Yeah. I got mine
like
on sale
even
because it was supposed to be like $70, but I got mine at like $63. So
even just for the extra characters alone, it's worth it.
I know, and like you get like customization sets and stuff, which I haven't gotten. I haven't figured out like the customization stuffer yet.
It's just like a shop that you can go to and like buy shit.
Yeah, I just haven't figured it out yet, and I'm slow. So, but it's really
there's
fun.
there's a lot of customization options, and I will give props to that game. Like you can put a lot of shit on your characters and make them look retarded.
I've seen some like stupid like TikToks or whatever, and they just turned Bakugo like complete pink and blue, like it's just pink. And he's just pink and blue, and they called him Pretty Princess Bakugo, and I think they gave him a tiara too, and I was like,
oh great.
Okay, and they did it to every single other character too. Like a lot of characters were pink and blue, and I'm like, wonderful.
Yeah. I love. I'm really happy that for the sequel they added Deku's T-shirt shirt and Bakugo's black tank top. So now I can recreate that fight that they had whenever I want, and it's great.
Huh.
Yeah, it's cool.
I haven't.
That game's really good. I like it. I'm a fan.
It's
I pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered that game. I have the
You
poster that came with it
Ooh.
hanging up on my wall.
Oh, fun.
It's a cool poster. I like it.
Oh, speaking about games and things. So I, as I've said before, I play a lot of Smite, and, new god got added, because every season they add, like, 4 gods. But this one, we got Tsukuyomi. He's the Japanese god of the moon, and he's really cool, and he's not a character I'd play, though, because he's an assassin, and assassins are really close range, and I'm not close range at all. I like to stay behind and, like, sit and shoot things. Anyways, but he's a really cool god, and his abilities are super, super cool, and it's awesome, and it's really exciting, and it's cool, and his ult is really cool because his ultimate is he shoots like 5 beams of light, and once it hits a player, he like dashes in between them, and then has like a range attack and stuff, and he has like his third ability is these tacks, so they're in the shape of like a crescent moon, and it's like road spikes, and they do damage and like a slowing ability, and then anyways, I'm getting okay. Sorry. It's exciting, and it's really cool, and yeah.
Excellent.
So, very, very happy, very excited, and yeah.
Sweet. But yeah, I'm liking. I just went on a whole fucking sidetrack about the mobile version of the game that I just bought. That's not even the one that I bought. I haven't even talked about the console one. It's really fun. I mean, you get what you come for. It's Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom. They like mixed it together.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit that you can do. There's a lot.
How much was it?
It was like $25, but it also
not bad.
came out. But it also
It
came out in like
years ago.
2014.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really old, which I'm really surprised about. I thought this game was a lot newer, honestly. But goddamn. Okay, so we've got story mode. Every character has like a story mode path, so that's already like 15 different
Jesus Christ.
like specialized fights. There's arcade mode, which is you climb up the ranks, blah 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 blah, randomly generated. CPU quick match. There's a survival mode, which is just like endless fights against CPUs.
Yeah.
There's online versus. There's a training mode, and the training mode has tutorials, it's got challenges for certain characters, it's got trials so you can like do the specific combos and learn how to play them better.
Yeah.
Fucking, there's an art gallery, there's fucking like this stupid overpowered final boss that you can fight, that you can try. There's a lot of shit there's a lot of shit to do in this game. I'm surprised. It's pretty meaty. I thought like when I first turned it on and saw the cast, I was like, oh, that's a little disappointing, because there's only like let me see, there's only 3, 6, 9. Yeah, there's only 15 characters so far. They're adding another one like early next year, which, yeah, she looks pretty fun, but I don't hate it, because like a lot of these characters are just like really cool on their own, and they're all like so like drastically different from each other that I'm totally fine with the roster being small.
Yeah.
And also considering, oh my god, animation is absolutely god awful and takes so fucking long.
Yeah.
And to fucking 2D fully traditionally animate even 15 of these guys is like, alright, you know what? Yeah, you guys are good.
Yeah.
You've done good enough. That's okay. Good job. But it's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
You've got tag and assists. You can which is really nice and really cool. You can have it so that like you can choose however many teammates you want. So you could just do a 1v1 or a 2v2 or 3v3, or you could only have one character and you could be fighting 3 other characters.
Oh.
There's a lot of customization, and I don't know how this works, because I don't even want to like attempt it, because it looks really confusing and scary. But apparently there's like so like when you select a character, you got 2 different options for your assist move, and then right next to it says custom action, and it's got like it's got a directional pad and like button inputs. So I think you can like, you alright?
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I'm sorry. Continue. Ignore me.
You're alright.
I'm gonna turn my mic off while I cough for a minute.
I'm pretty sure that you can like make custom moves, or at least make custom inputs for them.
Huh.
Which is cool, very cool. There's a lot to do. Very cool. A lot of customization, and oh my god, the fucking alternate costumes. Like, I think the alternate costumes make up for the lack of other characters.
Really?
There's so many fucking references in these costumes.
Really?
There's this robot cat chick that you can play as. She has like straight up like 2 of her alternate skins are suits from the Metroid games.
Huh.
So you could play as like Samus suit cat robot in this game. And there's fucking dude, Beowulf. He has no shit, I'm not lying about this, and I can prove it later. Beowulf has literally a Batman skin and a Captain America skin. Like, I'm serious. And they're all just like recolors, but they look really good. And I'm pretty sure there's a Street Fighter 3 reference in here that he has too.
Huh.
Pretty sure there is. I'm sure there's a lot of these references that I don't know about. So he's got fucking cool references. There's this chick who's essentially like Venom, but it's her hair that's the symbiote instead.
Oh,
so
yeah,
she's
you
just
told me
got
about that
like attacks with her hair. And they gave her a Shantae color alt, which you probably don't know who that is.
Nope.
It's another like indie franchise. It's this genie who fucking attacks by whipping her hair, and I was just like pissing around with the alternate costumes, and I was like, they didn't. And I look through the the alts, and sure enough, it's like, oh my god, there it is. That's fucking Shantae. That's really cool. Who's the one? One of these characters is just like straight up Raven. Like they put a Raven skin from Teen Titans
Huh.
on one of the characters.
Interesting.
It's really cool. Yeah, it's really cool. Good game. I like it. It's good game. Very good.
Very, very good.
Very good.
Very, very good. Very good. Can I rant about Final Fantasy 15? Because I don't know if I've done it. We're actually at 1:30.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Final Fantasy 15 is really, really fun.
God damn it, Kenzie.
I'm sorry. I get really excited. So, I started playing Final Fantasy. Okay. Anyways, I started playing Final Fantasy 15. I know I finished it like on the 13th. I don't think that, or the 8th. I don't remember. Anyways, I finished it some time ago, and it was really cool, and I sobbed like a little baby. But the only annoying part of it was there was so much just driving. It was a lot of driving, which I mean is like the main point of the game. Like you get to be all bros and stuff and like learn about it, and I'm like, but I want to go fight things.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was really fun though, and it was my first Final Fantasy game, and it makes me want to get a PlayStation 4 and play the 7 remake because it looks pretty. And I've played some of it, and at that time I didn't know Final Fantasy's combat system like at all, and now that I know it, I'm actually gonna have fun with it because Final Fantasy is really, really fun, and I like the story, and like some of it I didn't really understand. Like there were some parts of the story where I'm like, what the fuck? What? Like, because it's just a lot of talking, and I'm like,
Yeah.
my dumb ADHD brain is like, not processing that, thank you. And then it was like, nah, no ma'am. But there's a lot of side quests, and I haven't done all of them, and I need to do all of them. But there's also, I'm really sad that I didn't play it earlier, because there was like a limited time event and stuff, and it's like the Chocobo Festival and stuff, and you get to go and like do stupid dances and stuff, and get cool dialogue opportunities and pictures and stuff, and I don't get to do it because I'm late to the party per usual. But it's, oh my god, it's so fun, and I love it, and Prompto is my absolute favorite character, and I would die for him in a heartbeat. Final Fantasy 15 spoilers. John, can I spoil it for you? Because I doubt you're gonna play it. I think you already said you're not gonna play it. Okay.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay. Spoilers. For Final Fantasy 15. So
Jesus
there's
Christ.
this. I know. I'm really excited. I'm sorry. Okay. So there's these people from Niflheim, aka the Empire. Bad dudes. They kill your dad. Anyways. There are these people, MTs, so they're like demons inside of a suit of armor kind of thing, kind of like Alphonse from Full Metal, but like robot demon man, you know, no soul kind of thing. And eventually, so Prompto is like he's like a very happy-go-lucky kind of person, but his backstory is so goddamn depressing. It is the most depressing thing I've heard, because if you go and watch the anime, there's an anime and there's a movie. Anyways, the anime is really good. I do recommend it because that anime is awesome. Anyways, but you go and watch the anime, and like Prompto's so lonely. Like his parents aren't home. He's this little chubby kid who's just like anxious and like saves a dog, and then Lunafreya's like, oh, go talk to Prince Noctis and be his friend. And then Prompto feels like he's not good enough. Anyways, but there's this whole bunch of like jazz, right? And then eventually, like, after you push Prompto off the train, which I still feel horrible about, no, like, I legitimately cried when I pushed Prompto off the train. I felt horrible.
Asshole.
But I was tricked. So, there's this dude named Arden. He also works for the Empire. He's the Chancellor. And he, like, shows up everywhere in this game. You go to Lestalem and you meet him, or no, you go to Golden Key, and it's like the first place that you go to besides Hammerhead. It's like the second part of the quest or whatever, and you meet him, and he like talks to you in like some riddles or whatever, and then you meet him again in Lestalem, and then he takes you to like the disc, and you go fight the Titan and stuff, and then he shows back up and up and up and up and up again. Anyways, but he's really fucking freaky, right? And he just shows up out of nowhere. So eventually, like, we're sitting there, whatever, and I push Prompto off the train, and there's a little side quest that you can do, like the DLC packs. It's episode Prompto, and it takes you through what happened after Prompto fell off the train. He finds out he's an MT. he is one of the bad people you've killed multiple of, and he goes through like an entire identity crisis, and it's insane, and I feel terrible, and I like almost started crying because like there's this one choice that you can do like near the beginning of it, because he has like a barcode on his wrist or whatever, and he like picks up a stick from the fire, and it gives you a choice, and it's like burn yourself or like give up, and I'm like, what? Like those are my two choices. It's bad, and it's so depressing, and I love Prompto though, and I would die for him without hesitation. Anyways, that was my rant on Final Fantasy 15. Because
does that mean it's my turn? Does that mean it's my turn to rant about Kingdom Hearts 2?
Yes.
Oh boy! All right, here we go.
This is gonna be a long episode.
This might turn into the longest episode yet, folks. Here we go.
It's already running.
So, yeah, I bet. If you listen to like 2 episodes ago, we talked about Kingdom Hearts and how I played Kingdom Hearts 3 and how I really liked it. And I was talking about how I should totally get the 1.8 or 1.5 and 2.5 collection so I can play the other games.
I have that.
And I did, and I bought it. Alright. Okay.
Oh, he's talking.
I think I'm being too loud. No, it's okay.
Oh, no.
No, it's all right. I got recently, like a couple weeks ago, I got the Kingdom Hearts, collection, 1.5 and 2.5 collection, and I hear everyone raving about how, bro, listen, Kingdom Hearts 2 is like the best game ever made. It's one of the best games of all time. You should totally play it because it's garbage because Kingdom Hearts 3 is garbage compared to Kingdom Hearts 2. And I'm like, all right, fine. I'll fucking play it. I'll play Kingdom Hearts 2 if everyone won't shut up about it.
Yeah.
I started off, I'm having an all right time. I'm having fun. And then by the end of the game, when I'm finished, I have a realization. I don't think I liked it that much. Don't think I liked it that much. Not because it's a bad game. It's not a bad game. It's really good. It's fun. I like it. But there's so many little annoyances that bug me and piss me off to no end. For one thing that I noticed immediately out of the gate was that there's no dodge roll. There's no dodge roll basically until the end of the game, pretty much.
Ew.
No dodge roll, which means the only way to defend yourself is to block, which, that's fine, it works. But Kingdom Hearts 3 had a dodge roll. Kingdom Hearts 1 had a dodge roll. So, I don't know what they were thinking with that. That's pretty stupid, considering that Kingdom Hearts 2 doesn't have a dodge roll. And in the original game, because in the collections you get the final mix versions, which are just like more shit added on to the original game. In like the base original Kingdom Hearts 2, there was no dodge roll at all.
Oh.
You just had to like suck that up throughout the whole game.
Oh no.
So no dodge roll, didn't like that. The Gummy Ship missions, did not like those either. They're fine, they work, they're just like a 2D arcade shooter, whatever, fine. I don't like how they force you to do it, and a lot of them are really long and they can drag and they're pretty boring. Not a fan, don't like it. That's 2 things. You can stop me at any point if this gets too annoying.
I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You just sound a little like, ugh. Look,
No.
I've heard all this shit before.
It's fine. I don't care.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
A lot of it hasn't processed either. A lot
yeah,
of things don't process through my brain. Anyways.
So I don't like the Gummy Ship missions. There's no dodge rolls. That's 2 big things right there. The level design is not very good, like at all. It's not very good. It's literally just like Hallway, the video game, throughout like the entire thing. I mean, it's it works. It's fine, but I kind of wanted to explore a little bit. Get shit done, find some cool stuff. Not really. There's like not really much exploration at all. It's kind of boring. The world design. So those are kind of a bust.
Oh.
What else? So I can't get mad at the game's difficulty. I can't, because, you know, everyone was like, dude, it's like really hard though. But there's so much shit that you can do in this game that they do not tell you about that you are completely lost. So, drive forms, you get drive forms, which are basically like different forms that you can take to change your abilities and how you do things. There's one where it gives you like you can dual wield keyblades and just go ham on enemies, and there's one where you can like shoot projectiles from a distance at enemies. And
Yeah.
it changes up your playstyle for a little bit. They teach you about drive forms, but they don't really teach you about summons, which are also important.
Oh.
They don't teach you about um, like certain items that you can get, like AP boosts, which boost your maximum like skill points, pretty much, which are very important to have so you can use skills and equip shit. They don't really teach you that well, and you can like pretty much button mash your way through most of the game until you get to like the last. Well, no, not necessarily just the last fourth. Up to a point, there comes a boss fight, and I've heard people talk about this because it's the same thing that happened to me. It happened to a lot of people. This boss fight changes the way that you look at the game's combat because immediately this fight there is no button mashing to win. You will not win by just going in and mashing buttons. You'll get your ass kicked. You gotta step back. You gotta think. You gotta strategize. How am I gonna beat this guy? How am I gonna do this? And that's fine. That's cool. That's what I want. You know, I want a fun combat system that makes me think. But when you didn't need to do that for like 10 hours up until this point, and they kind of just say, hey, fuck you, here's a really hard boss fight that you don't know how to beat because you haven't been using any of the techniques you've learned so far. It's kind of like just like hanging me out to dry. You know, it's like, oh, well, I mean, I didn't know that I had to, you know, analyze this and step back and do shit. So that's not very good. I didn't like that boss. I mean, the boss fight itself. So I'm so torn. The game isn't badly designed. It's well designed, right? Like none of the fights are cheap or whatever. None of the fights are stupid or dumb. But
Yeah.
it's the fact that it just jumps. It just ramps up. It's like button mash for 10 hours and then this huge difficulty spike with this one boss where it's like I must have went at him for like 3 hours straight before I
Jesus
finally
Christ.
beat him. And so after I beat him, I was like, oh, thank God. That was great. But then what they do is set it up to where you have to go back through the Disney worlds again a second time, which also didn't like that because I
No
figured
fun.
they could just get through it all through the first time, you know, just make the worlds twice as long and have us go through it once. That's what Kingdom Hearts 3 did, but anyway. So the second time they make you come around to the Disney worlds, you do the same thing. You just button mash X throughout the whole thing.
Oh.
Because it's easy, right? Like, you can get it done no problem.
Yeah.
And then another boss fight shows up, and he does the same thing, just out of nowhere. Just ramps up difficulty. You can't button mash your way out of this one.
Gross.
And but this one did not take me as long because I was like, okay, this is like that other guy. You know, you gotta fucking turn on my brain for a second and analyze this fight. He took a couple tries. He was pretty tough, but I eventually got him. Right, not that big a deal. And then you get to the final world, and for some goddamn reason, they decided to put the hardest boss fight in the game, like 5 boss fights before the final boss.
Gross.
It's the fight with Roxas. This motherfucking boss fight, dude. This almost turned me off of the game completely, honestly. I thought it was way too difficult. And I know I probably you just gotta get good, scrub, fucking pleb loser, bro. get good, normie, garbage. They're probably right. I probably need to get better at the game, but
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to grind it out that much, you know.
Yeah.
Especially if it's before the final boss fight, which you would think, oh, that's going to be the toughest fight. That's
Yeah.
when I need to, you know, prepare for everything so I can come to the final boss and do it then. No, go fuck yourself. And not only do you need to beat this boss in order to get to the final boss. You need to beat him in order to get access to like another drive form, which is again like the main part of the game, like the main
Mhm.
fighting difference that you can do. So, did not like how that boss fight just came out of nowhere and was way too difficult for its placement to be in. And there was like 3 fake outs for the final boss, but that was fine. I kind of expected that to happen.
Yeah.
That was okay. What else? Uh, I guess I'm just torn. I'm torn on Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix.
Oh.
It was good. It's a good game, and I'm sure if I manned up, powered through, and kept on playing it, or went through, tried it again, and actually like took my time, focusing on boss fights and everything, then I would like
Yeah.
it more. And that's what I've heard from a lot of people. It's like, well, yeah, but the second playthrough was so much better than the first playthrough, dude. I promise you. But there are just so many little things that bugged me
Yeah.
in that first playthrough, to where it's like, I mean, if I'm not really that compelled in the first 20 hours and up until I beat the boss, what's really going to make me want to come back and do it again
Yeah.
to see if anything's different? I mean, I like the combat. The combat's great. It is. I like the dry forms and the summons and the like different limits that you can pull off and reaction commands. All that's fun.
Yeah.
But it's just like buried under all this slog and all these things that are just annoying and irritating. And yeah. I liked it. I don't regret. I mean, I still haven't like touched Kingdom Hearts 1 yet, so I don't know if that's even a good game or not. But I'm sure in like a couple months I'll be like, you know what, fuck it, let's replay it and try to see if we can make it better for ourselves. I don't know. It was good, but wasn't the best first experience I've ever had playing a game. I'll say that much.
Yeah. I think I've said this before, but Mass Effect Andromeda is the only game I've ever
Yeah.
just like completely like gave up on playing or finishing. Like normally I at least like come back to it every once in a while and I'll be like, yeah, I'll finish it. Like Call of Duty Black Ops, like the first one, I've done some of the story. Like I'm right now in Vietnam and I'm like
Yeah.
kind of just vibing around and I get to a certain part and then it doesn't save even though it says checkpoint saved and then I'm not at that certain point, so I have to restart it again. And I'm just kind of getting sick of doing the same thing over and over again. So I'm just not playing it. And it's
Well, that just sounds like a bug.
I don't know, but I've just kind of like it's the one story that I keep going back to like go and finish and then never do. And like Thumper is a really cool rhythm game. I kind of want to talk about Thumper for a minute. Can I talk about Thumper for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Thumper is a really cool rhythm game that my brother introduced me to because it was like on one of the PS like VR demo discs or whatever, and it's really cool to play in VR. Like if you were high and playing that game, you would get freaked out. But it is so much fun. But anyways, I got Thumper because it was on sale for like $7, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And I played it before.
And what? Oh, I think we lost her. Boys.
Sorry, my dad.
Come back. Oh, there we are.
I thought we lost you for a second.
No, my dad was just being weird. Anyways, Thumper's really cool because I listened to a dev talk that one of them did, and it apparently took 7 years to make.
Wow.
Yeah, for Thumper.
7 years for a rhythm game?
Because there was a lot of like changes that went through because originally it was supposed to be like grid based and then it ended up not being grid based and it's a really cool dev talk, and if I can find it I'll send it to you, which I don't know if you're gonna listen to it.
I might. I don't know. I might put it on in the background or something. Oh, she's talking
Anyways.
to her dad again.
But yeah, it's fun. And I like it, but I'm currently stuck because it's like insanely difficult at the moment. But I keep going back to it every once in a while and like restarting the level, and eventually, like normally that works, and I'll just like come back and like get back to it. And
then you'll beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Good shit. guess what else I learned today about Schoolgirls, which is
What?
actually really cool. It has the Guinness Guinness World Record for most animation frames in
Huh.
I think it's either I'm pretty sure it's in like any video game ever. Um, like I think each separate character has like 1,000, like 500 something animation frames for each character, something like that.
Mhm.
It's ridiculous. Bunch of good games we talked tonight, except Kingdom Hearts 2. That
Yeah.
one was only okay.
Oh, Stardew Valley is also getting an update, and I'm really excited for it. Because Concerned Ape, he does it like all by himself now. I think he gave up on like having a porting company and stuff. I think because there were so many issues with it. Anyways, but I think he does it all by himself. But he's updating it really soon, and so it's gonna be the 1.15 update, and we get like new trees, and the fishing port thingy gets changed, and I'm really excited, and I can't wait for it to get updated because I'm getting bored because I've hit in one of my save files I've hit the end of it, and I'm like, there's nothing for me to do now. I mean, there's
Yeah.
still a lot of like story stuff that I can do. Like I can go like marry everyone in the town and get divorced to my current husband, which is not happening. I'm gonna go do that on other saves because I love Elliot. Elliot was my first husband, and I'm loving him forever. Anyways, but there's like a lot of like story things I can do and like little quests that I have not done
Yeah.
because it takes a lot of grinding and it's but it's very fun. Anyways. Ha. This was a good talk. Good talk. Good talk. Good talk.
I
Good talk.
want to be like at least contribute to like developing an indie game. That'd be so cool.
It would. I still so like during middle school, I thought that that's what I wanted to do was coding and game design, and now
Yeah.
I'm like I want to be in emergency management.
Yeah.
And I want to be an ATC or a pilot. Like that's where I'm at now. But I'm like I still as like a side project, I'd like to do that because I missed I do miss coding and I miss doing game design stuff like that.
I mean
Really
that,
fun.
and that's what I think is so cool about it is that games nowadays have become like so varied in like what they look like and how
Yeah.
they're all set up and everything that you don't need to know how to code in the slightest, like at all. If you know how to draw a good piece of concept art, right,
Mhm.
and you know how to like animate a character doing
And you
something,
know how
or
to
you
do
know
like a good story. Then
and you know how to make some good music, then you could just like join a team and they're like, hey, we've got this idea for this really cool indie game. Do you want to see? You want to help us? And it's like, fuck yeah, dude, that'd be awesome.
yeah.
And you know, and people buy it and they play it and they think it's really
Yeah.
good. That'd be so fucking cool.
It would be cool. That'd be cool.
I think I would want that to be like a long-term goal.
I mean, yeah.
After a while,
I
that'd be neat.
one of my big long-term goals is I really wish that I had the heart to be a doctor because that is the coolest shit is being able to slice someone open, go inside of their body and then like fuck around in there and then they're fixed. Like what? How in the hell when did we make surgery? How did that become a thing? Anyways, I think it's really cool, but I get too squeamish because I freak out at needles and you know, all that jazz. And
Yeah.
anyways,
I would never.
I
would
wish
never.
that's a long-term goal of mine is to possibly become a nurse when I'm in like my 70s. So I'm not as squeamish about it.
I would never piss with being a doctor. The body is gross and it will always be gross to me. I hate it. I don't like it. I'll pass.
So my friend that wants to be a cardiothoracic surgeon, we talk about like medical stuff like all the time, and I'm like, wait, what happens if you mix like epinephrine and I don't know something. Epinephrine is a type of adrenaline drug. It's used when like emergency restarting the heart, and you can only give like 15 minutes. Anyways, it's a really common drug, and apparently it's lethal to mix with other things, which is surprising. Anyways, but the medical field is so cool because there's so many things that you can do. Like there's this one study done. So when your appendix I think yeah, if your appendix like is about to be removed or whatever, and like some cells like stay around in there, they can grow other appendixes or spleens. That's your spleen. It's your spleen. Your spleen can do that, not your appendix. But if like your spleen leaves some cells around or whatever, it can grow another spleen. And so, someone thought of that and was like, why don't we do that with livers? And so now they can make mini livers. What in the world? It's so cool and fascinating. And someone was like, yo, you know things that like go boom, you know, nitroglycerin? Let's put that in the body. Let's see what that would do. And it opens up your veins. It's really weird. It's used and it's really funky. Oh, have I ever talked about an ECMO machine? ECMO is so cool. It takes your blood out of your body, jumbles it around a little, and like removes all the stuff, and then puts new stuff back in, and then shoots it back through your body.
That sounds absolutely atrocious to sit through.
Oh no, you're asleep. You're definitely sedated during that, because if you're in that kind of trauma where you need ECMO, then you're on your last leg there. But ECMO is so cool and it's awesome, and yeah. I get so sidetracked. I'm so sorry. Anyways.
You're alright.
We're actually almost at about 2 hours and about 15 minutes.
Oh, do we want to do it?
Yeah.
Do you want to say fuck it and do it?
Say fuck it and do it. Extra long
Wanna go for
episode.
2 hours?
Yeah.
Alright. I want to make a game, or not like code it, obviously, but like help, like be a big part of making it.
Yeah.
Like become an actual thing. That'd be really cool.
It would be really cool. You know what I'm really sad about is Valve. I'm really sad about Valve because Valve.
What happened with Valve?
Valve makes a lot of their money off Steam now. I think
so they're not gonna make like
yeah,
any
they
more
don't make as
original
many games, and I'm really sad because I haven't played Left 4 Dead or anything like that, and I haven't played like Half-Life and stuff, but I have seen it and I've heard they're awesome games and they have amazing story. But like Portal was what got me into Valve, and I was like, holy shit, Portal is so cool. What? I mean, I know it's based off Nubracular Drop and stuff like that, but like it's such a cool game, and I'm like, I want more games like this. And anyways, Portal is a really fun game, and I would love to like work around that and use that as like a base. I don't know, Portal's such a cool game, and it's got such a cool concept, and I love it, and it's cool. Anyways.
It's such a simple idea.
Yeah,
but it works really well.
Done so awesomely, and I love it. And I've played both games like at least 10 times all the way through.
Yeah.
Because I have a severe issue. And there's still puzzles where I get stumped and I'm like, how do I do this? I don't remember how to do this. And it's difficult, and like I'm like, holy crap, I don't like. There's a certain one. There's like 2 in Portal 2 that I absolutely abhor, and I will quit the game if I get to that point. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this, and I'll go to a different chapter, and I'm like, I'm not playing this test chamber. I hate it so much because it's difficult for me. Like there's one where you have to. It becomes a lot more like freelance of where you can put portals because they gives you like a portal gel or whatever in the second one. And there's this one where it's just a little box, and you have to like spread portal gel everywhere to get up to the next. It's in like Old Aperture, but it's so cool, and y'all should go play Portal. Both of the Portals, they're really good, and Wheatley is one of my favorite characters, as well. Anyways.
Yeah, Wheatley's pretty funny. I haven't even played the game, but I've seen some cutscenes. He sounds pretty cool.
I love Wheatley. He's one of my favorite characters in the game. Because he's just, I don't know. I think he reminds me a bit of me, is just the way that he talks, because he does the stuttery kind of thing that I do. He doesn't like stutter as much as I do. Like I just said he like 5 times, and I didn't mean to, but I did. Anyways, but he's like, you may have a minor case of very serious brain damage, and then that's fine. You look great for someone with serious brain damage, and it's fine. That's an appropriate reaction to being told you have serious brain damage. But anyways, I love Wheatley. And he's very scatterbrained, and he's an awesome villain as well, in the second half of the game, and it's really cool. But, anyways. My brain is going 800 miles an hour. Anyways, we also have about, 2 minutes left. I didn't mean 15. Yeah, I meant 5. I was stupid. I was being dumb brain, and I can't count. It's
okay.
Fine. But yeah, we have about, 1 minute left. So, any closing thoughts?
Go to New Orleans. It's pretty fun. Just don't get shot, whatever you do.
Go to Phoenix as well. There's a cool building that looks like an upside down pyramid, and it's a cool office building. Yeah. Downtown Phoenix.
Go get Skullgirls if you like 2D fighting games, because the developers don't get enough love, because this game is like nobody knows about it and or
6 years
plays it
old.
anymore, from what I've heard. Well, it just like it's had a rough time with Konami, the publishers.
Oh.
So, and like 2020 Evo was the first Evo
Mhm.
that it actually got accepted.
Really?
And then, of course, they had to go and cancel Evo 2020. So
Aw,
now it's
that
not even going to
sucks.
show up. Yeah, but I'm sure. I mean, people still play it, but like there's
Yeah.
not much like YouTube content on it at all. It's really hard to find any
Yeah.
good stuff, which sucks. But that's okay.
It's okay.
Whatever. But yeah, I think this
Yeah.
was a good episode. I like
It
this
was.
one.
This is a very, very long episode, but it's a very good
Yeah.
episode, and I'm very happy with it. Anyways.
All we have to bank on is that the audio quality isn't garbage after you like had a seizure fit for the last half hour.
True. We do need to look into some better call
Mics
stuff.
and call apps, yeah.
Probably call apps first and then mics.
Yeah.
Anyways, my closing points are play Portal, play both of them. They're very good. Play My Hero, One Justice 2, because it also slaps. And I can't process things. I think that's the extent of it. I think that
Excellent.
about covers most of what we talked about,
Yeah, pretty much.
and how much John hates Kingdom Hearts 2. But
Well, I didn't hate it. It was just
how much he was mildly ticked off at Kingdom Hearts 2.
I was hyped up too much,
Mm.
and then I was kind of disappointed by how many things pissed me off.
Poor John.
But still a good game. Go play it. Fuck it. Go play Kingdom Hearts 2. Whatever. Fuck it. Go make an indie game.
Go make an
It'll be
indie
fun.
game.
I'm sure it'll be fun. I think you'll have a good time. I guess that's it.
Yeah.
So thank you all for joining us for another episode of Independent Reading Time. Now get back to class.